of the Pokemon designs in general are just lazy.
Yep.
Like,
people talk about newer generations of Pokemon looking bad. Have you seen an Execute?
yeah.
That's just a pile of eggs.
Hold on now. Hold on. We'll get to that.
We have prepared some images.
We've prepared the 10 laziest Pokemon designs in no particular order because I accidentally put them in alphabetical order. So
that is in order.
yes. On that note, Ditto. My theory is that somebody was like, I just feel like at Game Freak there are certain days where they're like, hey, we're behind schedule. We've got to meet our quota for Pokemon, and it's like 4:30 on a Friday, and the guy wants to just take off and I don't know, go play Monster Rancher or something, whatever they do to unwind. And they're like, all right, we'll make up a Pokemon. He's like, he just goes, just draws a squiggle, and he's like, what's that? And he's like, it can become any other Pokemon.
Okay, that's not lazy. That part's creative. The
That's
part
not
that
creative.
I think is lazy is the fact that it's a pink blob with a haunting smile.
Well, I mean, it is palette swap the Pokemon. Like that's all. It's what it's just.
Someone just like typed a colon in a bracket and then chucked it on a pink blob.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
Ditto. I like that Ditto can imitate other Pokemon.
Again, I don't want to say like I don't have a problem with Ditto. Ditto's fine. He's funny, but like, get that out of there. That's terrifying. Stop it. Yeah, no, like I just think that this is again kind of a lazy design. Also worth noting, the original 150 or the original Game Boy ones. Some of the designs are simpler because they had to make them able to be told apart on like very low resolution.
Yeah.
So like we're gonna be kind of mean about it, but we don't mean to be that mean.
But also, I do want to mention that I love Pokemon.
Yeah, we don't hate the Pokemon. We think they're great.
Execute pile of eggs with one dead egg.
Yeah. So
Can we talk about back egg being dead?
I never thought about this. That's really screwed up.
They're just hanging out with a dead guy.
Yeah, they're like, this is like Weekend at Bernie's with Pokemon.
Front three guys are like nearly dead. Like if they roll around a little bit too much because they're eggs, they will die.
Yeah,
like
also,
back guy.
Again, like
Look how sick back right guy looks.
He's not
miserable.
sick. He's dead. He's got like a serious trauma. That is not that egg.
Oh, I meant back left guy.
Oh,
Look
back
at his
left.
face.
Yeah, no, I think he's just a jerk. I think he's like I think they look like a bunch of bullies.
If he were to make a noise, I think it would be like.
That
would be the noise that he would be making.
The one on the other one, the dead one. You know what noise he would make?
None, because
exactly.
he's dead.
He's a dead egg. So anyway, yeah, these are just a weird bunch of.
Literally, it is a pile of eggs.
I don't know how they become Executor. I guess they're supposed to also be seeds. But anyway, hey, it's what is it? Grimer?
It is. Yes.
Grimer. All right. So
it's
this time it's a purple blob with a face.
What if we made the pink blob that has a face slightly more animated? And gave it arms.
We gave the pink blob some arms, and this time it's a little bit more evil. Now I gotta say, Muck is a kind of an awesome design because he looks kind of menacing, like he's actually like coming out of the ground.
A little angrier. Yeah.
But Grimer's just like he just looks like a purple tiger ghost.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not wild about him. So
I mean, I think he's a little cute, but
yeah.
He's just got little ripples. Like, what is he even made out of? What substance is that?
Is it
bin juice?
Stinky?
I feel like he definitely
Is he stinky?
stinks.
All right,
almost
I don't know.
definitely.
Probably a stinky guy. Here's one that I don't like. It's Gulpin. He's from one of the later generations. Gulpin is a stomach Pokemon.
Also, can we talk about how he's covered in testicles?
I mean, yeah.
That's like at least 3 pairs of.
That's a very valid observation. Also, what the hell is that feather thing?
Well,
on
I
top?
think what they did was they got a stomach and then added like a rim to a baseball cap, chucked some testicles on it, and then poked it with like one of those feather pens.
Fair enough.
That's what that Pokemon
My
is.
theory is that the guy was like, they were like, all right, come on, Steve. Probably not the guy's name. Like, Steve, you got to design more Pokemon. It's almost
traditional Japanese man, Steve.
In this case, everyone's going to lunch, and they're like, you got to get one more done. We got that meeting after lunch. And he's like, his stomach goes, and he's like, Eureka. And he just draws a gross stomach that wants to go take lunch. So there's that.
It is a little transparent as well, right?
Not
crazy?
You can see some fluids in there, some bile. What a
Well,
gross.
that's nice.
It's both gross and it's lazy. I don't like you, Gulpin. All right, here's one. This is Hona Jizz.
Look, I actually really like playing with Hona Jizz.
So that's the thing is Hona Jizz is cool, but it's like he kind of crosses a line. I know that Pokemon are kind of based on weird stuff here and there, and you got ice cream cones and you got like birds, but like a sword, I feel like that's just kind of. It's a slippery slope from that point forward, because how long before there's just a Pokemon that's just a gun?
Yeah, and also just here we have, over-designed sword with ponytail. Basically what
and then
that
it gets
is.
worse because there's like 2 evolutions, and you're like, did you really need 2? Like,
yeah, and the second
3?
evolution is just like, it's just 2 swords crossed. It's like, it's still just a sword.
That's not
really.
an evolution, that's when your friend shows up.
It never even occurred to me that he has a little face. Those
Yeah.
are 2 eyes and like 3 teeth, so its facial expression is just constantly an intimidating smile.
Yeah.
Sword with ponytail used to intimidate.
Yeah. Also, like, can we talk about the fact that when there's like when a Pokemon evolution is just more of that Pokemon? That really isn't like I have one dog currently. If I get a second dog, I did not evolve my dog. I just got another dog. So like, yeah, Dugtrio.
You dyed him pink.
Get the hell out of here. Here's one that a lot of people like to talk crap on. It's Klefki. I have to look at that because I always just say the key one.
Keychain.
There's like a Honda key on there. They're not
Yeah,
even
there
like,
is.
They're not
Yeah.
even like magical keys.
That's my house key.
Yeah.
That's a Honda key. That's a gate key.
That's
And
one.
then-
That gold one there is one of those really expensive ones that if you lose it, you have to like pay the locksmith for another one, and it's like $120.
They have to import it from Europe.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, we
not
got
even
to
an
register the
efficient
number for it. Yeah, so
keychain.
yeah, Klefki's just again like, did this guy lose his keys, or was somebody just like jingling keys, or he was like, I'm trying to think of a Pokemon design, and he's just like went, oh, that's right, I have a Pokemon with me right now. It's keys.
Also, his face is kind of a lock.
Do you think he ever
What
just
kind
like,
of inefficient keychain unlocks itself?
yeah? Oh, does he stuff his hands in his face? What is that kind of dirty? Let's move on. Crabby. It's a crab.
It's a crab.
A lot of the Gen 1s are they're just an animal. Like a Pidgey is just a bird, but a crab is like, come on, like crabs get weirder than that. There are crabs in real life that look weirder than that Pokemon. They were just like, yeah, it's a
They
crab.
changed it to a K at the start and then chucked
Yeah.
a BY on the end. You were like, you know what? It's an exotic crab.
Yeah, and
It's
then
a
it
crabby.
turns into a king crab, kingler.
Kingler, which is just a large crab.
Here's another one, unknown, which is the friggin' alphabet. What the, really?
Yep.
I don't like this one bit.
Well, I mean, that one at least is not that lazy. It's just very strange.
Well, it's lazy. It's cheap. I'll put it that way because it's like if you want to really catch them all, you got to catch 26 of this regular. I guess it's not even. It's more than 26 because there's punctuation there too. Do you think they ever find like an ampersand unknown and they're like, oh god, it's horribly deformed, or the other ones like kill it? They're like, this cannot be one of us. It's not a
You
real
reckon
one.
they coexist or they have some kind of hierarchy there?
Yeah. Or like foreign ones have like accents on them or like, umlauts. They're like, oh, this is our friend Steve. I don't know why I keep saying Steve. This is our German friend, and it's just like one of those with two
Also
dots over his
Steve.
head. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's the alphabet.
I don't even have a comment on that. It
Go
doesn't
to
make
hell.
any sense.
Voltorb.
A ball.
Come on. Voltorb is probably the laziest Pokemon design, where they were just like,
At least it has a facial expression. You know, I can garner from Voltorb an emotion. There's an emotion there. It's only one ever.
well, I don't get like the Voltorb's face, and then he evolves into Electrode, which is just his colors are inverted, and he looks really happy.
Yeah.
Why? Why? I don't get that. I
I
don't
feel like
know.
they were just like, we got something good with this Pokeball design.
Yeah.
What if we made a Pokemon
Yeah,
out of
maybe
it?
there's something I'm missing here, but Voltorb, it's got to get out of here. And then finally, you know what? People, have issues with Gen 5. I really like Gen 5 because it is so much of kind of like it's like a reboot of Gen 1, I feel like. Like it was the first one where they were kind of like, hey, let's do completely new ones from the ground up, or maybe not the first one, but like that. And this one is kind of like, he's kind of a Psyduck or a Farfetch'd, but they're just like Ducklet.
It's a duck.
It's an ice duck, but it's just a blue duck, and that makes me think of Billy Madison because he's just like, I've never seen a blue duck, so I drew a blue duck. I don't think Ducklet is Quacktastic. Anyway, as we mentioned, we don't hate the Pokemon. We like them a whole bunch. These are just some that maybe they could have drawn some more eyebrows on them, or maybe less testicles, whichever.